And good evening from North Texas tonight, and we are here this evening. Millions of Americans will be watching the first college football playoff national championship. The big game underway right now, the first ever college football national championship. Ohio State, Oregon, more than 80,000 fans. As you come off Interstate 30 here in North Texas, you can't miss it. AT&T Stadium, home of the Cowboys. But tonight, it's all about the Buckeyes and the Ducks. Behind the scenes, they were getting ready for the big moment, the final boxes arriving, the shirts, the sweatshirts, that say it all, the college football national championship. Getting access to the field here, and really everywhere you look, in fact, you can see the star up above here, a reminder that we're really in the home of the Cowboys here in Arlington, Texas. And tonight for the big game, every one of these seats sold out, 80,000 seats of the stadium. And the story of these two young quarterbacks tonight couldn't be more different. Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer knows the pressure on his quarterback. And among the coaches on the other side from Oregon, running back coach Gary Campbell, coming home to Texas. I knew I would feel underdressed next to you. He's the longest serving college football coach at one school, 32 years. And he's known for his suits. 52 suits, or am I behind?
Well, I just bought 3 more.
Oh, no. And was the first black player on his team at Ennis High School. He was the quarterback.
He was my quarterback.
And he is still connected to that quarterback all these years later. And because of you, he gets a ticket to the game. And it's a ticket that's hard to come by. It's estimated the NFL brings in $10 billion a year. College football now bringing in $5 billion. And that revenue is growing faster than the NFL. And now comes the new debate. The argument is that these schools benefit greatly from the faces of these, incredibly talented players.
All involved make lots of money. You got coaches' salaries, David, that are $7.5 million a year.
More than the NFL now in some
More
cases.
than the NFL, exactly. And I think the players are right looking around and saying, we're the ones making this possible. Can we just get a little bit more?
A lot of young faces inspired by both of these quarterbacks. Robin has been here all weekend long with us. And Robin, the pressure these two quarterbacks are going to face on this field tonight.
You would think that, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner would be able to handle it a little bit better.
Laser focus on this game. But in the meantime, you have covered so many Super Bowls, March Madness. A lot of folks are saying, what took college football so long for a championship like this?
Well, first of all, this feels like the Super Bowl. Again, I have covered a lot of sporting events and college bowl games, but this has a bigger feel to it. What took so long? Money and tradition. College players, college teams, college universities, they like to play the bowl games. It's part of tradition. That's what sports is all about, is tradition. And they didn't want to give up the revenue. They found a way to combine the bowl system with the playoff system. And keep in mind, David, had we not had this system in place, Alabama would most likely be playing Florida State.
That's right.
And those were the two teams who lost, are the two teams that are going to take the field here tonight.
So opportunity tonight.
Right.
We'll watch the game together.
Yeah, I got better seats in this.
I think you have better seats than me. Robin, thanks. See you on GMA and first thing in the morning. This history-making game here in Texas. One thing on the field tonight, and here's a hint. You can't play the game without it. Finally tonight, Made in America is back. And did you know that in the NFL, every snap, every throw, every kick involves one of these, the Wilson football, and it's making an appearance right here tonight. In the last 4 months, we've taken you to more than a half dozen factories across America. And tonight, we're pulling into Ada, Ohio, population 6,000. Their water tower was the first sign we had arrived. Inside, 130 workers stitch and lace Wilson footballs. Every day, handcrafting about 4,000 of them. It's an intense 4-part process. The balls are filled with air before being shipped off to the game, where we were waiting for them, right here at AT&T Stadium. So this is a big delivery here, huh? Every one of them hand-inspected to meet those strict regulations.
The industry got together and said, Wilson, you make the rules because you make the best football.
So you set the standard.
We set the standard.
And we love this part of it. You've got the Buckeyes, and then you've got Made in America.
Made in the USA.
You got to show these Ohio State fans who want some of these Wilson football. Those workers tonight watching the game, for more than just the players, they have 3 words in mind. That is World News Tonight from Texas. The big game on ESPN. Good night. Finally tonight here, the College Football National Championship is here. The orange says it all. That's where the Clemson Tigers will be coming out of the locker room tonight. Game day is here. Come on out to the stadium, University of Phoenix Stadium here. And you can see around me, more than 60,000 fans will be gathered here tonight. The clear other end of the field, that's where Alabama will be coming out for the big game.
Before getting the head honcho job at World News, he was a global correspondent.
This is a newscast that goes to where the conversation is being had. Tahrir Square, Mogadishu, Fukushima.
But it's the elite globetrotting team of journalists that keep the news moving.
We have our little stealth small team, actually, where we travel the world, and I think a lot of that comes from being a correspondent and a reporter for many years at ABC. And we were really trained to race out the door, get on the plane with a laptop and a producer and me and a camera. And if people are talking about it, watching it, interested in it, I think we should take the newscast there. That we really have traveled the country and the world. If I stop reporting out in the field, people will say, well, what happened to that guy we were watching for years? You know, we reported for Charlie and Diane and Peter before them.
This is Good Morning America.
Yeah, we're feeling it. We're feeling it. We're ready. Happy Friday, everybody. Great to have David in for George and to have Dan in for Amy, because Amy, she's in the place to be. She's in Phoenix right now, leading our Super Bowl blowout coverage.
I don't know what it is. I always seem to turn out for GMA when there's a party going on around here.
There's always a party.
There's always a party here.
Thank goodness. Any questions you have about football, Dan Harris is here.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
Our in-house expert.
What? Is that the sport you played?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to work on this morning.
Was that or badminton? We've all seen those official NASA portraits of astronauts dressed up in their orange jumpsuits. Usually, these are very serious affairs, with the exception of this guy, astronaut Leland Melvin, who admits that he sneaked his dogs, Jake and Scout, into the photo studio. And after this shot went viral, he posted this one where the dogs are behaving just a little bit better. I want to share two details that will make you love this guy even more. One, those dogs are strays that he adopted after they wandered into his backyard. Yay for him. And two, being an astronaut and going to space was actually his backup plan after he was drafted into the NFL, but had to bail out after injuries. He pulled a hammy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Top that stray hand.
That's right. Yeah.
We're also.
And right now, the drama is the weather. So we are all keeping our fingers crossed. The sunny skies will prevail eventually. But you know what? It's not dampening the excitement. All the pre-gamers out there having a lot of fun. So we'll have more on that coming up later in the broadcast.
I was going to say, she's at the Super Bowl and we're not. So we're still jealous. Thanks, Aim. And someone should get Tom Brady maybe some tissues. That was kind of, I felt badly for the guy there. But let's get right to ESPN football analyst and former NFL quarterback Jesse Palmer, also in Phoenix for more on Super Bowl 49. And Jesse, you would know better than anyone, but when you go out into that field, are you able to block out all the drama of Deflategate and everything else when they head out there on Sunday?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, obviously, and a lot to look forward to for this football game.
Jesse, do you have a pick? Do you have a pick in the game?
You're putting me on the spot again, Robin. But Michael Strahan, my old teammate's going to love what I'm about to say. You ready?
Give it to me.
Defense wins championships. I'm a former quarterback.
Yeah, they do.
I just said that. Which I don't even know who I am anymore, guys.
We've got our own game day gear on.
Yeah.
We don't do this at night. That is for sure. But you know what, Amy? We didn't want you to feel left out, so we got a jersey right for you. Robot, right on the back of it. It's going to be worth something. Come your way. And satellite delay.
Great catch.
That was perfect. And we know you're hanging out with Jesse Palmer there, Amy. And he's been giving you some tips.
Yes, he is.
Oh, boy.
That was just because she knew we were going to make her throw a touchdown pass. She was like,
She
pulled
was like,
the plug herself, I think.
Pull the plug on satellite.
You're studying over there.
I am.
It's always
Robin.
scary
I
when
take it
that.
very seriously.
I know you do.
And this being the Super Bowl edition, we need to get right to it. And you could be waking up in Vegas, living the teenage dream, if you are on the winning side of the other bets happening on Sunday. These are some bets that have nothing to do with the actual game. Other bets that you can find. What color you think the Gatorade will be that's dumped on the winning coach's head? How many times does Belichick smile?
Oh, that's an easy
If
one.
at all during the game. How many times will the term deflated balls be referred to during the game? Those are some of the bets happening right now. Just a few of them. Yeah, could have gone on.
All right, let's get it over to Dan. David.
You know I'll answer to anything. Dan's actually a compliment. Save me a lazy boy for later. Time now for more on the super commercials in this week's edition of Shark Tank Your Life. It's our Super Bowl edition, and we're about to meet two aspiring entrepreneurs. They're right here with us, who think they've got the ultimate Super Bowl snack and the amazing ads to prove it. Both trying to win over our guest, Shark Tank host Robert Perjavec. Robert, always great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Happy Super Bowl Friday. We're getting the party started here already. How you feeling about the big ads here that you created?
Good.
We want to introduce you to Eric Osborne. He's holding what his invention is, and my Lieberman, correct?
Yes.
We love your jerseys, but we're going to start with Eric's commercial. We want Robert's thoughts on the backside, so here it goes. They are called piggybacks, bacon on chips, and I love it. Who didn't think of this before?
I love it. Who doesn't love bacon?
Who doesn't love bacon? So you thought the ad was pretty good?
I loved it. Very good. Very creative.
Maya's looking to top this, so let's check out Maya's ad and see how she does. The Burger Master versus the Piggyback. Listen, both ads were really great. What do you think of that one?
I loved it. I love burgers.
How'd you cast it? Was that family by chance?
Family, yeah. Cheap labor.
That's
cheap
right.
labor. Yeah.
So what do you think? Go ahead and critique them.
I thought they were both great, very creative, but I got to pick one.
You do, so let's have a drum roll. We got a Super Bowl drum roll.
And for only one reason. I love bacon. I gotta go bacon.
Yes. Look at this thing. Holy.
A little Super Bowl throw.
Cherish that.
Real quickly, as we go, not everyone has millions to spend on a Super Bowl ad, and they created their own ads. I love this creativity. How do you get the word out there?
The less money you have, the more creative you have to be. Be creative.
Be creative and use your family.
Yeah.
I'm going to end phone calls after that one.
Okay.
Congrats to you both. Loved your ad too. Thanks, Mike. All right, coming on back. That is Viv and the Revival here to perform the halftime show for our own GMA Super Bowl blowout, and that's the hit song I Want It. This is their national TV debut. We can't wait to hear more. And a real quick test out here. All right, let's hear it. Patriots or Seahawks? That was a scientific.
David, you and I both worked in Boston for many years. I grew up there. Go Pats.
Go Pats.
Okay.
Go Pats.
And what that means is it's a football team.
I got it. Thank you there. It also means that I will get free drinks
we
at
love
any
you,
bar in
Seahawks
Boston.
fans. Party.
Wise gentlemen.
Anyway, we're getting pumped up for the big game here this morning. Audience of the Fan Cave all fired up too.
Yes. It's a fan challenge, if you will. Ginger and I teaming up with some of these fans, going head to head. It's our Game Time Smackdown, taking on an obstacle course. Robin, I know that you will be watching and cheering us both on because you are impartial.
Never be said that I don't take one for the team every now and again. It's time to kick off our Game Time Smackdown. It is the second most exciting sporting event, I dare say. So we have an obstacle course for you all through the studio. You're going to meet your anchors on the other end. May the best team win. 3, 2, 1, go! Watch out. Robin, I don't know how it looks.
Competition, always.
Listen, we always go toe-to-toe. In our world, there are no winners, which is why Ginger went neutral, and so did I. We love the Seahawks. We love the Patriots. We love Penn State.
There is a winner. We have to interrupt you. There is a winner. There's a very clear winner, and we say this not only because we're Patriots fans, but because you guys are definitely the winners. So there you go.
Penn Station bringing it home. Sunday, Tommy touchdown. He's going to take it home for all. Let's go.
Oh, my God. Yes. Let's find out for SportsCenter over here. Coming up, our GMA halftime show, Viv and the Revival. They're performing live, and Ginger took a wheelbarrow to my knees. Come on back. All right, I love that, the replay. Watch Ginger there. Watch that move into her former friend, David Muir. We're going to talk about that later. In the meantime, you've seen the ads, you've eaten the snacks, you've cheered on that crazy obstacle course thing we just did. Now it's time for the GMA halftime show, and you got to hear it up for Viv and the Revival. Of course, you know the song, the hit band. It's getting a lot of love on NFL broadcast. The introduction available online. This is I Want It. Take it away.
And that's how it's done. All right. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jesse. Have a good time. And thanks to Viv and the Revival. You use the word revival because you think that's a word for everyone, that they're new beginnings. Your message is about being uplifting, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's like a fresh start.
Love it.
We all.
I love it. Never say die.
Yeah.
Don't
Exactly.
give up.
So what was it like playing on Good Morning America?
That was amazing.
Oh, the national team.
I'm so nervous.
Come on.
No, you didn't sound it.
So thank you so much.
Total blast. Great.
I'm a little tired, but everybody's good.
And your drummer behind plexiglass.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's when you have arrived.
Big thank you to the greatest fans. You guys, thank you for